everyone. With this talk of That's My Story, I, Nupur Kaudan, am volunteering to help budgeting and upcoming founders to share with the world their behind the scenes story. I strongly feel this platform might bring in a new perspective of how we all view entrepreneurs. In the coming times, That's My Story intends to collaborate with as many of you as possible who would like to share with the world how they do what they do. With a lot of excitement, therefore, today we are pleased to have Miss Meghna Joshi, who is the founder of SWAN Livelihood, an upcoming social startup with a vision to bridge the skills gap existing in today's youth. Hello, Meghna. How are you?
Hi Nupur, thank you for the warm welcome, and I am really thankful to That's My Story for having me here.
The pleasure is all ours. So, without further delay, I think let's quickly get started. So, Meghna, first and foremost, on behalf of That's My Story, once again, I would like to thank you for giving us this opportunity to share your story with everyone. I'm sure towards the end of this talk, there would be a lot of things people would get to know about you, how you got inspired, get inspired by you, as well as get excited. So to begin with, Meghna, why don't you tell us something about yourself? Who Meghna Joshi is, if I have to know just Meghna.
Sure. So my name is Meghna, and I would call myself as a budding entrepreneur by profession and an artist by heart. I am also an ardent nature lover with a keen interest in trekking and bird watching. So my interest in nature dates back to my childhood days when I used to paint landscapes and get appreciations through various awards which I used to win at state level and national levels. And I'm born and brought up in Delhi and confronted by the shocks of vanishing sparrows and conversion of the forest area into urban landscape that got, and also seeing the household sparrows vanishing. All of this got me interested into the wonderful world of AV fauna, and I became committed to the avian well-being, and the curiosity to know more about what avian well-being is all about, and also what bird watching is all about, started manifesting through my avid interest in photography as well as the bird watching, which I consider as one of my hobbies. And until the time when I became the state coordinator of an annual event which happens every year in the month of February by Bird Count India, and it is by the name of Great Backyard Bird Count, in which we do bird counting and we do a general awareness session in order to understand what are the bird species in and around us and what are the factors which are affecting their occurrence and their populations due to destruction in their habitats.
I would say a very unique combination, a social entrepreneur, a nature lover, an artist. You definitely have mirrored colors in your aura. So it just makes me more curious to know more about you. So, Meghna, tell me something about your professional journey. If in case you would like to talk about your education, how did you start? We would love to know more about that as well.
Yeah, so I studied in Delhi and I possess an electric academic background with commerce in school and business economics honors in graduation. I did my post-graduation in environment and development. And apart from that, professionally, I also have prolonged experience of working in corporate and social sectors. In the domain of project management, operations, handling the operations, of the operations department, then imparting trainings on various skill sets in addition to the managing and monitoring of the activities of various skill development sectors. So that's how my professional journey been like.
No wonder, no wonder you can look into so many different aspects with such an eclectic educational background and professional setup. I'm sure you already have a lot of skills that can enable you to succeed in whichever field you want to get into. So, how did you start Swan, and why Swan? Where did you get the idea from? If I may ask, how long it has been with Swan?
So the collective experience of working in corporate and social development, and the social sector, and managing and monitoring the operations of the skill development sectors helped me in gaining a deep understanding of the pain points of the youth who were coming from the economically weaker sections of the society. Consequently, I was also in touch with the employers who were employing these students, so I was also able to understand the problems which were being faced by them, and in an endeavor to resolve these pain points in a very systematic manner, skill development became my passion, and that's what led to the seeding of my venture SWAN, which is Skill Workforce Advancement. And we are a very new startup. We registered ourselves in November 2019, and we started with our operations in January 2020. And our trainings, so we used to have in-class trainings with the youth who were coming from the economically weaker sectors of the society for a period of 3 months, from January to March, until we went to a complete lockdown, and we expanded our operations online by conducting more upskilling classes for upskilling training sessions for college going students and also working professionals. So that's the entire idea, and that's how we have been conducting our activities so far.
So I think in that case, you are one of those organizations who just started off and then were put in the swimming pool to tackle all the probable problems that could have come in your way. So I'm sure this would just make you more resilient and better to do in the coming years. So if I may ask, do you have a team, any co-founders you would like to mention?
Yeah, so we are a close knit team of two core team members, including the co-founder and a digital marketing expert. So the co-founder, Dr. Meghna Joshi, has a doctorate degree in geology from Delhi University and has more than 3.5 decades of experience in geological survey of India. And he's also a national awardee in geosciences, and he got the opportunity to work in the remotest parts of the country, and could see the problems being faced by the people at the grassroots levels, and thus he forms his experience form a very crucial part to our work. We have Ms. Harshita Jain with us, who has joined us as a digital marketing expert, and she takes care of all the social media and marketing, and also the website development work of the activities we conduct at SWAN. And apart from that, we keep inviting experts from the industries and also distinguished academicians to interact with the students. And we also have a core team which is being constantly guided by our mentors, who include Mr. Vijay Pratap Singh Aditya, who is the founder of Ekgaon Technologies, and also Mr. Manoj Pachori, who is the founder of Social Story. So we are in process of onboarding more mentors for our program, and we are completely open to have more experts join us. I mean, so that we can benefit and from their expertise and can further scale our operations accordingly.
That's wonderful to hear, Meghna, because I'm sure, and this is a fact, that it takes a team to actually achieve success, and you already have a lot of dignitaries with you. So with such a strong team to stand with, I'm sure Swan is definitely poised towards success in the coming years. So tell us more about your journey, Meghna. How did you manage everything? So for example, investment, infrastructure, students onboarding, marketing. I'm sure Harshita being there would be taking care of a major chunk of it. But overall, if you have to share with the listeners, what are the challenges or how did you go about it? All of that.
So the setting of up of my venture proved to be a challenging task because we launched our activities in the month of January, and right from getting a team together to conducting outreach activity, convincing and branding, and I mean, everything looked very easy on the papers, but because January was the month wherein it was the peak cold time in Delhi, and also there were protests which had started.
I agree. I
So
remember.
yeah. So working in between the kiosk was slightly difficult for us, but we managed to still roll out the operation successfully because all of us were very passionate about the cause for which we were working together. And we thought of ignoring all the external factors, but the matters were made worse by the spread of the pandemic until we went into a complete lockdown. So my venture received initial funding and mentorship support from AOD, Center for Incubation, Innovation and Entrepreneurship, ACIIA,
Okay.
which is in Ambedkar University, Delhi. And we were operating from the university campus. So if I talk about the activities which we conducted during the initial 3 months when we were having in-class training sessions, so right from student onboarding, so we used to conduct awareness drives by visiting the various slum communities, the labor colonies, so that we could reach out to the target audience and could make them aware about our training programs and the benefits of our training programs. And this was done through various ways like door-to-door mobilization, like pamphlet distribution, like canopy display, and then identifying the areas where the students are from the age group of 18 to 30 years are willing to get themselves skilled and are also looking for job. And we were successful in reaching out to those candidates, and we were also able to create a batch of 20 candidates for the month of January. And so this was the outreach part. So once the outreach part in the community was done, we used to get registrations in our center, and during the registration time, we used to further counsel the students to understand their aspiration, and we used to get their documentation work done.
So definitely, I totally agree, and the way it comes out that how resilient you and the team has been, I'm sure the future is definitely bright for you guys. So if we talk more about Swan and you guys, uh, how would you like to differentiate yourself from other skills upscaling organizations that are available in the market? What would you say are your three key USPs, which makes you who you are?
So, one definitely would be providing specialized training programs and counseling session to the youth from all the sections of the society, which aims at improving their cognitive capacity and also their skill set. So, we have a very comprehensive in-house training program for these students, which is a mix of practical learning in the form of exercises, sessions, games, practical exercises, and also theoretical understanding, so that they get a complete understanding of where to start from and where to go, which gives them a clarity on the thematic area that they are trying to understand. Also, we provide complete mentorship support to the student whosoever is, wanting to get themselves engaged in a particular area, or is interested in having more understanding of a given subject area, or a particular industry, so that mentor-mentee connect is maintained even after the training program gets over. So it's not like that, we are done with the training, okay, bye bye. So it's like we try to maintain a continuous relationship so that we are also able to track the progress of our students. So, and many of these students get in touch with us and have been in touch with us and have been sharing wonderful, opportunities. The wonderful work which they have been doing in various areas of their operations and their capacity. And the next is also placement support, placement and the post placement support which we provide to these students, specifically to the students who are coming from the economically weaker sections of the society. So the comprehensive training program ensures that the students get placed, and we have an elaborate employee assistance program for these students wherein we track their progress, which helps us. Which makes I mean which ensures that the student who has joined the organization does not leave the organization, and continues to work and promote to the goals of the organization while sharing the problems with us, so that we can further upskill the student accordingly. Yeah.
So I think to summarize, it would be majorly your specialized training programs along with workshops, mentorship, and the placement support that Swan is bringing to the table, which I'm sure with your set of contacts and your close knit team, it would be comparatively in terms of the quality, it would be much better if you compare with your competitors. So I'm sure, given the fact that there are organizations affiliated to NSDC and other cost effective programs also available in the market, is there anything in particular you would like to say how you compete with those cost effective programs?
So I would then again would like to highlight about the comprehensive training programs which we offer to the youth, because these training sessions are created to enhance the overall awareness of the youth towards teamwork along with personal grooming, improvement in a particular thematic area which they are the youth is trying to get themselves skilled, and all these sessions have been made through a thorough survey and interaction with the students, while understanding their pain points in terms of what is it that they are going through, what is it that they are trying to understand, and how would the program benefit them. So the comprehensive training session tries to answer, looks into the student inquiry, and we try to make it as interactive as possible, so that even though there is digital content, but there is some kind of a human touch which is there in the form of a mentor-mentee connect. And also while a person, a student is interested in getting more understanding of a particular theme, we try to connect them with various mentors, so that their grooming can be done and they are not left alone in whatever they are trying to understand. Yeah. So that's
Sounds
how.
so thorough and meticulous. I know. It just shows that how you guys are carefully thinking through each and every step, and you already have a solution B ready in case solution A doesn't work. So let's just try to talk more about that. In a way, about upskilling and training, which you're providing for everyone. But ideally, if I have to say that this is your target audience, and how do you reach out to them? Who would those be?
So we would say that we are now catering to the youths from all the sections of the society. We started our operations by imparting skill-based trainings to the youth who were coming from economically weaker sections of the society between the age group of 18 to 30 years, in Delhi particularly. And we would post in the post-COVID scenario, we would also like to expand our operations in tier 2 and tier 3 cities by reaching out to many more students who lack technological access, and also who are interested in upgrading themselves but have no means of upgrading their skills, or maybe trying to understand what is it which is there with them after they complete their 12th or maybe drop out from their 10th. That is one thing. And apart from that, we are definitely going to expand our operations with the college going students and the working professionals, because we have received a very good response on the online workshops which we have conducted. And so far, we have conducted more than 10 online sessions wherein we have received good participation from the college going students and also the working professionals. And we are planning to expand the operations more, I mean, in a more systematic manner by the kickstarting of a campus ambassador program, which we have just launched, wherein we
Oh,
have
okay.
a group of wherein we have a group of college ambassadors representing various colleges and various universities who have come together to support us and who also believe in the cause. So
Makes sense. Makes sense. So that helps. So if we talk a little bit more about the curriculum, etc., would you like to talk or share what type of courses do you guys offer as of now? Also, maybe touch upon whether these courses are designed in-house. What is the entire process? I did notice that you mentioned now that you already have an array of different professionals and veterans from different industries who are working with you. But maybe if you would just like to delve deeper into this.
yeah, so the online sessions and the workshops that we have conducted so far aims at improving and enhancing the proficiency in writing emails, setting goals, then improving communication and leadership skills, and also creative planning through art-based interventions. And all these modules were conducted by interacting with close to 200 to 300 youth between these age group, wherein we actually try to find out what is that one thing in which they are really looking forward to skill themselves. All the courses are designed in-house, like I mentioned before, under the guidance of various experts. And we are subjected to a lot of critical reviews, and we in the process we also try to modify ourselves by considering the points which have been told to us by the students and also our experts, so that the end module comes out to be something which would benefit whosoever is attending the training program. And so yeah, that's how we connect ourselves, our program, with the set of experts who have been guiding us, and also the youth who have been providing continuous feedback to us, and also their willingness to learn and also upgrade their skills in line to the future opportunities which remain, which exist.
So I think more or less something around the overall personality development, communications, leadership skills, and I'm sure leadership skills type of courses would be of immense benefit for individuals who are already working in some shape and form, right? And also to seed in these required skills in the college students who are moving out in the professional world. So apart from these courses, who just quickly wanted to check if you were to call out maybe three major benefits that your learners would get out of any of your programs, and what type of support you are providing beyond mentorship and placement. Would you like to talk a bit about that?
Yeah, so the most important feedback we have received from the course has been on the comprehensive understanding of the subject matter which the student or the or the participant has chosen for themselves, and it has also resulted in enhancing their understanding on that given topic, and also clarifying doubts with the experts who have been conducting these sessions, makes them more confident. And we have been, apart from just the sessions which we have been conducting online, we have been also giving them a hands-on exercises as homework, which we generally discuss on the concurrent days of the training session, and which aims at providing real time, which is more towards the real time workplace situations, which helps them to relate to the work which they are doing. So we have received positive response in terms of designing presentation and also the delivery of these sessions, and we are constantly, I mean, we believe that the more the feedback we get from the participant, the better it would be for us, because it would give us more understanding on how we can improve ourselves in a better manner, and would also help us in defining the training program for future programs which we hold with other participants. So I would say the training, the designing, the delivery, and the presentation has been top positives which we have received for the online sessions which we have conducted with the participants so far. Yeah.
No, I totally agree. And what I can feel as an outsider also, who's just having this conversation with you, that given the fact that you've brought in this element of transparency, wherein you are open to all the feedback that you're receiving from your participants, you're open to the feedback that you're receiving from the faculty, the guest faculty who's coming on board. I'm sure this element definitely helps you guys to keep on improving with each and every session or each and every delivery that you're doing. Uh, so that I feel definitely adds to the overall value proposition that you guys are taking out in the market. So help me understand this, Meghna. I might just come to a very tricky question now, that we are seeing unemployment being a big challenge right now, at least as far as India is concerned. The government is definitely taking quite a few measures to promote skill development, but the numbers speak otherwise. Even UNESCO launched their Global Skills Academy this year. So, what do you think are the major challenges over here when you talk about unemployment or solving this big enigma? Any thoughts you guys have put into in terms of how SWAN as an organization can help tackle this issue at hand?
Yeah, so I mean, definitely the current situation has rendered millions of people unemployed, and also there is lack of any connection between the school and the college degrees, and I mean, the stuff which they are learning, and the opportunities which exist for the youth specifically in the post-COVID scenario. The opportunity provided by the pandemic should be utilized in increasing manufacturing in the country, which is happening, and that can give a lot of employment to the youth from all the sections of the society is what we see. And we are also trying to expand our operations accordingly by catering to aligning our understanding to the industry, which has started to open now, and also the pain point of the youth who are interested in getting themselves skilled, and as well as who are looking for placement opportunities with the industry, which exists in various profiles and various domains.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, since you've mentioned about expansion, this is just like an additional question, Meghna. So, for the moment, you are available in Delhi NCR, and you are planning to expand beyond this into tier 2, tier 3. So, any cities that you've already shortlisted? Just out of the blue.
So, we would like to expand our operations from Delhi NCR to the peripheries of the Delhi NCR,
Makes sense.
whom yeah, whom we feel we would be able to reach out through the already existing pool of students and their families who are connected with us, and that would also help, you know, in empowering the people whom we are already associated with, and also would also help us in expanding our operation to the other to the nearby boundaries, to just see how it functions, and then later on definitely we would venture out to more places.
Makes sense. Makes sense. I'm sure this would have been one of the questions the viewers would be having by the time we've done this. So I thought, why not to ask it? So talking about COVID, because we cannot ignore COVID being here, and it being here, and it is going to be there in the future as well. So how would you say it has affected your industry, your business? How is SWAN or Meghna Joshi as a member of SWAN dealing with it? And do you see the future? If yes, what are your future plans?
So, I mean, definitely, like I also mentioned before, we started on our operations in a very rough phase, wherein there were too many things happening, and COVID definitely adversely impacted the activities of our venture. the institution was out of bound because we were having in-class training sessions, and the revenues from the offline training which we had conducted previously also dried up. But the mandatory expenses of the functioning of our startup had to continue. So keeping the team together in such a setup was our priority, because we knew that the operations we had to expand ourselves into the online training sessions. But with no, or I mean with very dried up revenues, on the other hand, it was difficult for us to motivate everybody to perform in the level which would help us in accelerating our activities of our venture. But we tried to keep the ball rolling, and we tried to stick to our core strength, and we believed in each other's capacity. And that's how we launched our training programs, which with everyone's support has been going on well. And yeah, so that's how we have been doing it.
So how do you plan to recover the monetary and revenue aspect? I'm sure with your current funding that you mentioned earlier, that you are already funded by AUD, Center for Incubation. Given the current plans for expansion, COVID hitting us, and all of that, are you looking for another round of funding? And if yes, maybe use this platform to share your elevator pitch for them.
So definitely, we have received an initial seed funding by AOD, Center of Innovation, Incubation and Entrepreneurship. We are conducting the upskilling training programs, and we are in process of developing a lot of more modules for our target audience, which we have already launched and are also in process of launching. And definitely we would like to expand ourselves technologically and also geographically, for which we would need the funds. So yes, to expand the operations of our ventures, and also to leverage our activities in a proper and a systematic way, technologically, we would definitely require funding support and more funds to carry out the operations of our activities, and also to support our team. Yeah.
Thanks for setting the vision and sharing it with everyone, how you guys are focused, looking at expanding, reaching out to more people amidst all of this chaos that we are into. So as we move towards the end of this lovely conversation, maybe if you would like, request, if you would want to say something to your target customer, the youth of the country who you are targeting.
So definitely, we at SWAN aim at improving the quality of youthful workforce to our innovative training sessions and also counseling programs, which we have now for all the sections of the society, be it the students who are coming from the economically weaker sections of the society, the college-going students, and also the working professionals. And the training sessions have been prepared with a lot of hard work, with a lot of feedback, with a lot of expertise from with a lot of understanding from what are the things which the students are interested in learning, and also what are the things which they should learn, so which would help them in supporting their future endeavors. And anyone who wishes to get in touch with us can definitely have a look on our website, which is www.swanlivelihood.co.in, and also can connect with us on our social media pages, wherein we constantly keep updating our activities, and also the various sessions which we keep holding for everyone. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Meghna. Thanks a lot once again for sharing with all of us your journey. And I must say, a wonderful journey, a strenuous one, a motivating and an inspiring one. And I'm sure we are all set to see lots of chapters and lots of phases, the successful ones, SWAN as an organization, because you and your team are totally committed to surmounting all types of hurdles that keep on coming your way. And for all those watching this episode, I'm sure I would like to say to all of you, I'm sure you would have had a great time and a great opportunity to learn from SWAN, from Meghna, the co-founder. So thank you once again. Thanks, Meghna, for giving That's My Story this opportunity. And thank you everyone who took out time to be with us. And I'm sure it would have left you all with lots and lots to gain from. Thank you once again.